It is the week before the trade deadline, and you guys are going to get a ton, and I do mean a ton of videos from me. Anything that indirectly or directly affects the Detroit Lions, I will be making videos about it, so just get ready for that. But we just talked about it yesterday that the fire sales are going to begin, and it looks like they've already started. Now, there are a few teams that are going, in my opinion, going to be fire selling. One of them is the Tennessee Titans. Another one of them is the Miami Dolphins. And there's a few more that are going to be added to the list. And just think about it. If the NFL did not push the trade deadline back 1 week, it will be tomorrow and things will be a lot more murky. But because of that extra week, which is exactly why the NFL did it, things get a little more interesting, and interesting they are. We just made a video about McCreary yesterday, and it looks like that we will not be picking him up via trade because he's been traded to the Los Angeles Rams. This is coming from Adam Schefter's Twitter account. Says, trade. Titans are sending cornerback Roger McCreary to the Rams for a conditional 5th/6th round pick swap per sources. Here are the conditions. Titans get a 5th round pick closer to the beginning of the round, which most likely will be Titans' original 5th round pick. Rams receive the 6th round pick that is closest to the end of the round. Titans currently have 3 6th round picks. Well. That gets a little interesting. It gets a little interesting because the Titans are already going to have a fire sale. It's already started with their loss yesterday. I think this team is going to probably pick first in the draft again. Right now, it's a battle between them and like the New York Jets. So the New York Jets did themselves a favor by winning that game, or did the Tennessee Titans a favor by winning that game yesterday. But here's where it gets a bit more interesting. Let's take a look at a tweet coming from Ari Mirov. Says, the Titans have several players available in trade discussion, including defensive end Arden Key, the defensive lineman Draymond Jones, running back Tony Pollard, and tight end Chig Okonkwo, among others. Tennessee has already dealt cornerbacks Jason Brownlee to the Jets and Roger McCreary to the LA Rams. So this is where it gets quite interesting, because there is a defensive end, Arden Key, who is injured currently. He got injured in week 5, and he is inactive. He's been active for the last few weeks. So with the Detroit Lions, if he were to get traded, we talked about him in a video yesterday, how he would cost little to nothing, as far as actually he would be more than Roger would have been, but he's going to cost little to nothing. He is a low risk, high reward trade candidate. Now, to be honest with you, I do not want to trade for Arden Key. I don't want to trade for Arden Key. If Arden Key is going to be, Arden Key to me would be like an Al-Qadim Muhammad at best, right? He's not, if we're going to trade, and it's different from last year. Last year, our number 2 edge rusher was missing, or our number 1 edge rusher was missing. Our number 2 edge rusher was missing. So last year was different. We lost both of our guys for the season, and we needed somebody to take over for Aiden Hutchinson, and the rest of those guys really pretty much did nothing. They pretty much, on the D-line, they pretty much did nothing. So for me, I don't want to trade for Arden Key if Arden Key is not going to be like I just don't trust that he's able to be the guy that we need. In my opinion, here's my honest opinion, and you guys know this. We are fine at depth. A little, right? That's all we have is depth. Now, I know that Al-Qadim Muhammad has 5 sacks, and people want to make him out to be pass rusher number 2. I put out a poll on my Twitter account, actually on my YouTube channel, about whether or not you guys thought he was elite, and we'll probably go over that in a different video. But to me, he is a C-tier pass rusher and a B- at best. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. To me, to be a great pass rusher, you have to have a level of consistency. You can't go disappearing for 3 and 4 games. Al-Qadim Muhammad was missing for 3 games. A garbage time sack, to me, yes, it counts as a stat. Yes, it counts as a sack. Does it count as a game? Like, if you get it in garbage time, it doesn't matter, right? It's recorded. It goes on your stat sheet, but it doesn't matter. The game was lost. It's the same way that you guys say that Jared Goff gets garbage time yards or whatever. So if Arden Key, I just don't want to trade for an Arden Key. It's not going to be a bunch of people available. I'm not opposed to making this team better. Does Arden Key make this team better? I say, yeah, anybody that's coming in with the fact that we still have half a season to go, the fact that the NFL trade deadline, after the trade deadline, any move that is made, they have to clear through waivers. So if our best chance to get a guy to help this team is to trade for Arden Key, then I say trade for Arden Key. Is that the guy that I would want originally? Absolutely not. I need somebody that's going to help at least move the needle. We've got Malcolm Rodriguez coming back. Arden Key, I don't know if he's healthy, where he's going to fit in, but I can really see Brad Holmes doing something like this, man, trading for Arden Key. But the fire sale for the Tennessee Titans has begun. It really has. And to know that this guy basically went for a swap pick, and I know some of you were interested in him, what does that mean for the Detroit Lions and potentially landing somebody off the Tennessee Titans? Now, everybody's available but Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons. Those are the only two people that are not available. And I wonder what that means for Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, not a guy that we're going to trade for, but I just thought about it. He will be available. His name is not on this list. It's not on this list, but it's not on the list of protected people. Now, what could the Detroit Lions do as far as what kind of capital are they going to have? This is coming from Tankathon, by the way, and there's nothing I can do about these ads. Here we go. Thank goodness. All right, so I don't know if this is entirely true or not. Depending on what website you go to, sometimes the picks will change. But the Detroit Lions, I do know we do not have a third-round pick, that we gave away both of those, right? We had a compensatory, and then we gave one for Isaac Tesla, so I can't remember per se. But we have a first-round pick, a second-round pick. We have a fourth-round pick. I don't know where this comp pick is coming from, but I did double-check it on a different website. I don't remember exactly where this came from. Lord have mercy. Then we have a pick in the fifth round, and then we have, as soon as I can skip that, we have 1 6th-round pick and 1 7. See, I thought we had 2 6th-round picks. So I'm not sure. But the reason I brought this up is the Detroit Lions definitely have some picks in the later round. If Arden Key is not going to go any higher than the 6th-round pick. He's really not. So if we were to trade for Arden Key, then we could give up this pick number 200. And again, Arden Key is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. So that's another reason I don't want to. I'm going to tell you, if we're going to have a trade deadline conversation where that's going to be a lot of what we're talking about, as the trade deadline is 8 days away. We're going to do a whole dedicated video looking at other teams and the realistic view of who we could possibly get. I'm starting to feel there's a couple names that's really jumping out to me in the sense of draft capital and potential future as well with the Detroit Lions, but we will discuss that in a different video. Again, make sure you guys hit that notification bell. You're only notified 3 times, and that's if you have notifications on. If you don't, then you're not notified at all, or YouTube will sometime notify you just sporadically. But again, so far, it hasn't been a problem. Our viewership is diehard Detroit Lions fans. The people that watch this channel probably have Lions merchandise all throughout their house. If they're married, they probably get in trouble with their wives for buying way too much Lions stuff. And their wife is like, yo, can we have a house without Lions stuff in it? Because that's the type of people. I make a lot of videos. During the trade deadline last year, I think I pumped out 7 or 8 videos in one day. Usually back in the day when I first started, if you would have told me I can make more than 1 video in a day, I would have told you no. But I realized that is not the case. You guys are locked in, invested in this team just as much as I am. And for some of you guys, you get your news for the first time from watching myself and other Detroit Lions creators as well. So we're going to have a lot of videos coming out as the trade deadline approaches. So be ready for that. If you want to be notified, hit that notification bell as well. Also consider subscribing to the channel. I don't know where we're going to get by the time the season is over, but today is our anniversary. Today is the 4th anniversary of this channel. So, wish me happy anniversary, right? And then maybe as an anniversary gift, you could subscribe to the channel. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? That would do wonders for this channel. This channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think the Rams got started early? They got started early. Do you think the Lions are going to make a move? And do you think it's going to be before the trade deadline? They have not done it yet. Brad is going to use every single ounce. And you know I'm right. Don't get mad because I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Brad's going to use every single ounce that he has. He's going to use the game on, which is fine. He's going to use the game on Sunday. And depending on what happens with our team, depending on what happens with other teams, maybe a team that he's looking at. What I don't want him to think is that we're okay. I don't want him to think we're good. Yes, we're going to talk about that too. The Detroit Lions are no longer third in sacks. They are now fifth in sacks by Myles Garrett getting 5 by himself. Then he propelled the Cleveland Browns ahead of us. We are now fifth in sacks. That number, but again, we didn't play. Other teams did. We'll see how we do next week. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. The trade deadline, fire sales are beginning.